7 days of non-stop exhibition, product demos, and unbeatable deals with up to 20% off all musical instruments and PA systems. Are you ready? It's Ghana's biggest musical instrument sale, Senku Fair Season 9. This year, Senku Fair hits 7 locations at the same time. All of Sweet Music's branches in ACHIMOTA, Tema, Kumasi, Takrady, Sunyai, Tamale, and also online at sweet-music.com and on all social media platforms. From Wednesday, November 5th to Tuesday, November 11th, 2025, experience live performances, hands-on demos, and seminars designed for pastors, musicians, instrumentalists, and all lovers of music. Entry is absolutely free. For more info, call 0246 655 820 or 0266 622 548. Follow at Senku Fair or visit senkufair.org. Senku Fair Season 9. The music lives here.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you so much for staying with us right from the beginning of the fair. We are so grateful you have stayed through every seminar session, and thank you so much for also patronizing all our products at 20% off, and for patronizing the Senku Fair specials, all the deals that come to you for up to 55% off. We come to you again with our final session for the day from the ACHIMOTA showroom, and to take us through is none other but Jazzi. Jazzi, as we all know, is a celebrated drummer and music producer. He's behind hit songs you and I enjoy so much. And he's been on this for a while. And so he has every, experience and qualification to take us through what it means to produce and produce well, especially for drummers. There are tools you need. They come in the form of equipment and devices. At the same time, there is a technique it follows, and Dave is going to walk us through all of that and also help us understand what the attitude of production actually is. So he will do a performance, and right after the performance, we have the next few minutes to stay in and study with him as he shares lessons on producing as a drummer. Kindly stay with us, share the link with all your friends, let them join in and learn something, enjoy the performance, and let us connect. If you have questions, you can also ask in the comments section. Let's get interactive and enjoy the session. Thank you for staying with us.
7 days of non-stop exhibition, product demos, and unbeatable deals with up to 20% off all musical instruments and PA systems. Are you ready? It's Ghana's biggest musical instrument sale, Senku Fair Season 9. This year, Senku Fair hits 7 locations at the same time. All of Sweet Music's branches in ACHIMOTA, Tema, Kumasi, Takrady, Sunyai, Tamale, and also online at sweet-music.com and on all social media platforms. From Wednesday, November 5th to Tuesday, November 11th, 2025, experience live performances, hands-on demos, and seminars designed for pastors, musicians, instrumentalists, and all lovers of music. Entry is absolutely free. For more info, call 0246 655 820 or 0266 622 548. Follow at Senku Fair or visit senkufair.org. Senku Fair Season 9. The music lives here. 7 days of non-stop exhibition, product demos, and unbeatable deals with up to 20% off all musical instruments and PA systems. Are you ready? It's Ghana's biggest musical instrument sale, Senku Fair Season 9. This year, Senku Fair hits 7 locations at the same time. All of Sweet Music's branches in ACHIMOTA, Tema, Kumasi, Takrady, Sunyai, Tamale, and also online at sweet-music.com and on all social media platforms. From Wednesday, November 5th to Tuesday, November 11th, 2025. Experience live performances, hands-on demos, and seminars designed for pastors, musicians, instrumentalists, and all lovers of music. Entry is absolutely free. For more info, call 0246 655 820 or 0266 622 548. Follow at Senku Fair or visit senkufair.org. Senku Fair Season 9. The music lives here. 7 days of non-stop exhibition, product demos, and unbeatable deals with up to 20% off all musical instruments and PA systems. Are you ready? It's Ghana's biggest musical instrument sale, Senku Fair.
Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, a minute.
7 days of non-stop exhibition, product demos, and unbeatable deals with up to 20% off all musical instruments and PA systems. Are you ready? It's Ghana's biggest musical instrument sale, Senku Fair Season 9. This year, Senku Fair hits 7 locations at the same time. All of Sweet Music's branches in ACHIMOTA, Tema, Kumasi, Takrady, Sunyai, Tamale, and also online at sweet-music.com and on all social media platforms. From Wednesday, November 5th to Tuesday, November 11th, 2025, experience live performances, hands-on demos, and seminars designed for pastors, musicians, instrumentalists, and all lovers of music. Entry is absolutely free. For more info, call 0246 655 820 or 0266 622 548. Follow at Senku Fair or visit senkufair.org. Senku Fair Season 9. The music lives here.
Hi guys. So I'm here to talk about drums basically because I play drums. So I'm here to talk about what you're supposed to know as a drummer when it comes to music production. Yeah. So the first thing I will talk about is like the source. Where when I talk about source, I mean what you're using to record. That is the drums, basically. So that's where you need to research about the drums you want to use for recording. Every genre and its drums that you're supposed to use. So right now we have Pearl Session Studio here in the studio. It's one of the best drums right now. And then if you want this, you can get some here in She Music. I'll recommend these drums actually because it's one of the best. So talking about source, your drum's supposed to sound good even before everything. You don't just get any drums and then because it's a song recording. Right now, people are into when it comes to mixing, people are into drum triggering, so they don't even pay attention to the particular. If I'm talking fast, let me know. You don't pay attention to the particular drums they use for the recordings. So I will like to talk about it. So the drums, what are you supposed to do on the drums? Let's say I have a recording, She Music brings this drum to me. What am I supposed to do on the drums to start my recording? I first have to check if it sounds good, right? Talking about the drum heads, the cymbals, the hardware, everything. Does it sound good? So now I have to also make sure I'm using a good drum head. So what I have on this drum right now is Evans. Things I have the G1, Evans G1 here on the snare. I have the EC2s on the toms. And then I think the EMAT 2 on the kick. I don't know which one, but I'm sure it's the EMAT. Yeah, you could hear the sound. Heavyweight. Yeah. So you need to get all those things, make sure the drum sounds good. Because trust me, if you are recording and your drum is sounding bad, you've ruined the recording. The drum is very important when it comes to music production. Then we come to proper tuning. So first of all, the source, we talk about drum head and proper tuning. Yeah. So how do you go about tuning your drums? I'll talk about this later. This is called a drum ring. So as you can see, the tom sounds good already. You know, the mistake we do is mostly when we put the drum head on the tom, we just put the muffles, all these things on it straightforward without even checking the natural tone of the head. So first of all, make sure the drum head is on the snare. It sounds good already. You tune. I think later I'll talk about how to tune the drums. It's very important. And then you consider these ones after you put them on. I'm sure we know what this one, what it does. So let me just talk about this. Drum. It's like muffling the drums, right? Taking out the overtones, because mostly when you tune the drums, it has these overtones. I don't know if you can hear them from the mic, but it has overtones. But personally, this is how I tune my drums. I like to go from the mic. So let's say I have something like the DP48. I will solo the tom on the DP48, play the drum. Because this is what's picking the sound. It's not what your ear is hearing. So I like to go through the mic, hear what the drum is speaking. Because mostly, even if you go like this, it's speaking a different sound. If you go like this, it has a sound it's speaking. If you go like this, it has a sound it's speaking. So I have to pay attention to all those things. Yeah. Yeah, and the muffling. Let me talk about the muffling. So, where's the other one? We have types. We have the gum ones, the one that they put on the drum. It's just like a gum. You can use that one too. This one works. You can get this one here as your music. Yeah. Then I'll talk about the hardware. Yeah. I'll talk about the hardware. So I'm talking about cymbals, these metals, these things that you're seeing here. This. Mostly, I think from a perspective of a sound engineer or a mixing engineer, you get drum recordings where you hear like, example, like the squeaks from the drum seat, all those things. You have to make sure those things are not there. Cymbal choices. You should get correct cymbals for recording. You can't just use these cymbals because these bad bass cymbals I'm talking about. I'm using a Sabian HHX here. This is a yes. This is the Evolution Crash 19-inch. There's a B8X Splash 8-inch here. This is a medium complex hi-hat, 14-inch. And then a B8X Ride, 20-inch. Yeah, so as I was saying, I was talking about cymbals. I had to take a water break. So yeah, I have the B8X right here, it's a 20-inch, and then Evolution Ozone Crash 18-inch. Yeah. So why am I using these cymbals? Because they are the best, actually, because you can't just use any cymbals for recording, you know. Cymbals, a bit chrome. You can get cheaper ones, you can get expensive ones. It depends on how you want your recording to sound. But then I won't recommend you using any cymbals for recording. You know. Then I'll talk about the drama prep, as in performance. So, talking about consistency, you know, when you are playing the drums, this particular drum, this very tom, has its own sound where you have where you're supposed to hit. You have where you're supposed to hit to get the sound you want. So, sounds good. Would equally hit here. That's bad, right? So, you need to make sure you're consistent with your playing. However you're hitting the drum, you have to be consistent. Because when you hear the recording after, you might not like it, because drum now, you're not playing the right parts where you're supposed to play. It's just like any other, you're supposed to do the right thing to get the right sound you want. So, you need to be consistent. If you are playing your side stick, make sure you're playing it well. This is bad. But it's bad in terms of, I'm talking about from the general way I play, like the gospel, because someone might like this sound. You think it's bad, but then someone might be interested in this particular sound. So it depends on what you want. So I mean, you should know what you want in the first place and then go for it. Yeah, so you need to be consistent. There's no right to hit here. You know. Because drummer be over time drums, he's just throwing his hand, all those things. And more. And more recording. So it's very necessary. And then rehearsal. You're supposed to like know your parts as a drummer. Because me, the experience I have, my team Eternity for the boys. When we go for gigs, right? And then they don't have monitoring system. They have to depend on me. So let's say in this case, what's gonna happen? So you need to make sure, Charlie, you know what you're doing, you are on time. If it's a click, you can put in your ears, be on the click, because everybody's looking at you. Just here. Yeah, so it's very necessary. And the rehearsal part, we all know how beneficial rehearsals are, you know. So I'll use Team Tensi as an example. Let's say if you have a concert in December, we start rehearsal like January. So let's say at least we can do 2 times a week. It's not bad. Then I'll talk about another thing. I think it's a very controversial topic. There was a time that I was in a drum group that they were talking about groove and chops. Some people were saying chops in your part, you know, you're not supposed to be playing chops in a recording and whatever. But then I would say that you should learn both. Learn how to be on the time, play the groove, and then also know how to play the chops. Why? Because let's say we have 2 producers here, and then, or I'll use Alira as an example. Alira is a producer, and then Jake is a producer as well. But Jake likes chops, right? And Alira likes to keep the groove. So in this case, I can get some money from you, I can get some money from him. Because if you need the chops, you call me. If you need the groove, you call me. But if I say, oh, Charlie, chops is a the pass, I'll just be keeping the groove. Right? He's going to call someone else. And see, I'll say, tuning is necessary. I remember I went for one drum clinic that there was one drummer came, I was like, Charlie, chops, and so just watching. Man, can't shake. Yeah, and the Bible talks about playing skillfully. So, I mean, what are you saying? Yeah. Yeah, they say the chops doesn't make money, but it actually makes money. We'll be teaming for an album recording, up at chops. There's like 12 songs. You see? So, Charlie, Yeah. Then I'll talk about your gear, your setup, like talking about microphones that you're using for the drums. SE or no. Yeah, so SE, so far so good. I think it's, to me, if you ask me, I think it's the best microphone, drum microphone right now. I mean, there are good ones. You can get Behringer here. You guys, we sell Behringer here, so I think this is a Behringer mic. Yeah, so sounds good. Audix, yeah, Audix Behringer, SE mics. But then I'll recommend SE mics. You know, yeah. And then I'll talk about the interface, the interface used for recording. Let's say it's not necessarily a concert recording, and it's like you're in a room. There's something called preamps, right? Even when it comes to mixer boards, they have preamps. So whatever gig you decide to, whatever recording you decide to do, say sound engineer in all day, X32 bar, no, say it has its own preamp. It's not just about bringing a mixer. Right now we have Midas here. Whatever sound you're hearing from the drums is going through the preamp, right? And it's being processed, and you guys are hearing. So it's more like a character. It's giving the sound a character. So it's necessary to also research, you know, the kind of preamp you want to use, interface you want to use for your drum recording. Yeah. And then I'll also talk about, coming back to the microphones, I'll talk about the positions. You know, you don't also just put drums on, you don't put the mics on the drums anyhow, expecting to have a great recording. It's supposed to be at the right places. Yeah. So I'll do an example for you guys to see. So. You guys can hear, but this should sound different from this. Should sound different from this. Sound different from this. You know, luckily this drum sounds good, so yeah. So it's very necessary. That's what I'm saying. I always go through the Midas DP48 and then make sure I'm hearing what the microphone is speaking. Because if you ask me, that's the best way to go about it. Yeah. See. You know, because there's this, you can't really hear the overtone. Let me try and take. That one. So it has to be, I think somewhere around here it's not bad, right? Sound engineers, but then more drums too. So somewhere around that side is not bad. It has to be. You can't do this. You can do this as well because of the overtones. So somewhere around here is fine. I think Caleb taught me this. He told me, say, anytime I'm playing drums, and I realize my microphones are moving away, I should pay attention and then reposition them. Because mostly, I say, you're just playing. You're not even concerned how the sound is going to the front of house. So it's very necessary to pay attention to your microphones, how they are positioned and how they are sounding. Because when we call Giga, mostly I'll first of all go to the sound engineer. So you say, Charlie, yeah, quiet, you say. I mean, you don't just go and sit behind the drums and start playing. You have the way you want your drums to sound. You know. That's why I went for SE mics. Yeah. Yeah, and the last thing I'll talk about is the drumsticks you're using. About your gear, so to me, good the drums, you know, but then your aba. Right now I'm using Pro Max 6 here. Sounds one of the best. We have Vita here. We have we Pro Max and here. And we have, I think, Goodwood, right? Yes. So you can get all those. Of course, the sound is coming from the sticks actually. Yeah, because we have a baby there, but Emma, say. right? And then we have types as well. We have the ones with the rubber tips. It has a way it brightens the cymbals. All those things. So, I mean, I'll take from the top and then quickly I'll play again, then we go. So I talked about the source. That is your drum set, the drum heads, and then tuning. Yeah, and then the dampening. This. And then hardware check. Make sure your metals are not making any sounds. All those things. And then a cymbal choice. You can use cymbals. Who's a obo recording now? Obo crash now is messing up the whole recording. Because it's like, this is how mixing is. It's like frequencies. You go from the low ends to the high ends. So this is the part your cymbals are playing that part when it comes to the high ends. Charlie, when you see cymbals up here now, the abo recording, and that's how you don't get the best out of it. And then the drummer prep, you come to rehearsal, and then consistency with your playing, where to hit on your drums, you know. And then using a click. Because all drummers, when you say click out, who else is supposed to use a click? But me, I like every musician, guitarist, bass guitarist, practice with the click. The click is not just for drummers. Trust me. Yeah, it's not just for... I'm saying, the click wasn't made for drummers alone. So, because sometimes you play some band, you play some people, and then you know, we are all trying to stay in the same tempo. Yeah. You know, mostly, you see, when we are all on the click, what do I say? It's like, it's pocket, you know. It's very necessary. And then I talked about chops. Learn the chops, learn the groove. I can give an example how to go about the groove. I think I was watching a Calvin Rogers video where he was displaying something like that. So let's say you have a click. Let me see if I can get a click. You have a click that's like 200 BPM. And 200 air fast. Yeah, I'll try this. When we talk about keeping the groove, it doesn't necessarily mean say let it be boring, you know. You can also make it beautiful. Use the groove until now you're just doing. It's boring. Yeah. So the BPM I was using was 200, right? Right now I'll go to 100. Same groove. Same groove. See, so it's more like divided. This is where it gets difficult because right now I'm from 200, 100, now I'm at 50. So it's like you have the accent, but everything else is in your head. You know, ta, 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 ta. That's like the internal clock. That's what they call it. Yeah, so to me, this is one of the best ways to go about your internal clock timing behind the kits. So sometimes, even if you have a click in your ear, the stems are overshadowing bass, all those instruments when they come in, you can barely hear the click. So it has to already be at the back of your head before you can even be on it. You know, I was always to go home. Yeah. So that was a free lesson. Yeah. And the interface, we have a couple of sound cards here. We have Behringer sound cards. We have Focusrite. Those are one of the best interfaces. But then we need to research about the preamps. Like I think Behringer has Midas preamps, right? Yes. So if you do like enough research about them, you know what they're supposed to sound like before you even pitches. And the microphones, yeah, go for the best microphones. And then the microphone strategy is supposed to be where they are supposed to be, nicely placed, snare bottom, all those things. So yeah, that brings me to the drumstick. Yeah, and Kubuaba and for more drums. Yeah, so that brings me to the end of my lesson. Thank you so much. Yeah.
7 days of non-stop exhibition, product demos, and unbeatable deals with up to 20% off all musical instruments and PA systems. Are you ready? It's Ghana's biggest musical instrument sale, Senku Fair Season 9. This year, Senku Fair hits 7 locations at the same time. All of Sweet Music's branches in ACHIMOTA, Tema, Kumasi, Takrady, Sunyai, Tamale, and also online at sweet-music.com and on all social media platforms. From Wednesday, November 5th to Tuesday, November 11th, 2025, experience live performances, hands-on demos, and seminars designed for pastors, musicians, instrumentalists, and all lovers of music. Entry is absolutely free. For more info, call 0246 655 820 or 0266 622 548. Follow at Senku Fair or visit senkufair.org. Senku Fair Season 9. The music lives here. 7 days of non-stop exhibition, product demos, and unbeatable deals with up to 20% off all musical instruments and PA systems. Are you ready? It's Ghana's biggest musical instrument. 7 days of non-stop exhibition, product demos, and unbeatable deals with up to 20% off all musical instruments and PA systems. Are you ready? It's Ghana's biggest musical instrument sale, Senku Fair Season 9. This year, Senku Fair hits 7 locations at the same time. All of Sweet Music's branches in ACHIMOTA, Tema, Kumasi, Takrady, Sunyai, Tamale, and also online at sweet-music.com and on all social media platforms. From Wednesday, November 5th to Tuesday, November 11th, 2025, experience live performances, hands-on demos, and seminars designed for past musicians, instrumentalists, and all lovers of music. Entry is absolutely free.